What's up guys, it's Jesus and I am back with another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how we achieve this beautiful monochromatic blue look, and I have already prepped my brows off camera because I do have another YouTube video showing you guys how I achieve those brows. So we are just going to go ahead and dive on in. I hope you enjoy this video. All right, getting into this look, we are going to start off with LA Girls Pro Concealer in medium beige, along with a flat concealer brush. I like this flat brush because it is just more precise in my opinion. Some people use round ones. I have used round ones before, but I do prefer the flat brush. That way you can go ahead and flatten it out like I just did, and you can get right up in there. I usually start a little below my brow because I don't want to get too much product right up next to the brow, and then as I get some of the product off of the brush, you can see I get close to the brow and I just line directly underneath it, just carving out the brow into the shape that you want. A lot of the arch does not necessarily come from underneath the brow, but you definitely want to get a clean look. And when you start to blend out the concealer, you definitely want to blend in a downward motion as you carve. So that way you're not brushing product up into this amazing brow that you already have. And I'm just going here and I'm just blending it out all over the lid. I'm not really adding too much more product right now because I'm just trying to blend out the product that I have on there. So you just want to bring it down as much as you can and just keep brushing to blend. Just spreading the product all over the eye. This is going to make for great prep work, I promise. And then here we are again. I'm just adding more product to the brush because I'm now about to do the other eye. Just going to start off the same. And sometimes, yes, it is a little more difficult because of the piercing, but I think after all these years, I have managed to work it out. I think I've had this piercing for at least 15 years. I'll just go right over it and act like it's not even there, like you should. And I'm just carving out underneath this other brow, just the same as we did the first. You guys want to make sure that you are being very careful right underneath and always brushing that product into a downward motion. Like I said, you definitely don't want to mess up the brow that you just did. So if you do mess it up, you can go back and fix it, but you really don't want to do that. I'm just bringing down the product, and here I am about to add a little more product so that we can actually cover the entire lid. It's not really any rhyme or reason to the directions that you are doing to add the product on with, because either way, you're still going to blend it out for a smooth finish. Make sure you get right up there in that corner because believe it or not, if you don't, it will show and you will not be able to get your product to stick on top of it because eyeshadow is not designed to stick to flesh without a primer. You definitely want to make sure that you remember that your concealer and your base for your eyeshadows is nothing if it is not properly blended out. So use whatever you have to do. It's even okay if you use your ring finger to go ahead and just pat that out. You want to make sure that you get it all the way smooth and no creasing. Definitely don't want any creasing. Creasing is bad. Creasing will fuck up your whole look, okay? So just go in there and pat, pat, pat. You want to take that brush and just pat, 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 or your finger, whatever you're using, pat, pat, pat it down just to make sure that it is evenly blended. When it's evenly blended, I promise you, you're going to get the look that you wanted. Your colors just look a little more flawless when they don't have all the creases going on underneath. So now we're going to take this blending brush by the crayon case. It's one of the more medium-sized brushes, along with this light brown color out of the Juvias palette. I can't remember which palette that is, but I'm pretty sure I have it over there that I can link it down below. And I am lightly just blending that powder in. So I'm doing small circular motions just right above the crease area and not into the highlight area of my eyelid. just getting that color in there. You don't really want to do too much color at once. So you see, I'm just going in here with little bits of color at a time and just lightly blending it out because we want this color to be barely noticeable. So if you are lighter than me, you may want to go with the brown that is a lot lighter than this. And if you're darker than me, then you want to go with the brown that is darker than this, because the goal of this part is to get that color almost flesh tone. You want to make it almost flesh tone so that it's blending in with your skin, and you can get the blue that we're going to use to just be amazingly popping. Just doing this on the other eye as well. You know, whatever you do to the first, you got to do to the second pretty much, unless you're going for one of those abstract looks, which we are not doing that today, ladies or gentlemen, boos or whatever. We're just going to go in here and blend this out until we're satisfied with how that looks. As you can see, you can hardly even tell the color because it is almost identical to my skin tone. So like I said, make sure you go in there and you get you a color that is very close to your skin tone so that you can get this look. And without further ado, now I'm going to show you guys this poppin' ass color by Bliss by Staranae. I'm so proud of my girl with these pigments. They are freaking amazing. The pigments are just super pigmenty. I mean, look at this. It's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to get a little bit at a time because you don't want to waste the product. And this is just a smaller blending brush. It's almost flat. I'm not really sure what the crayon case calling these because when I ordered these, they didn't have names on it. But I'm just going to go right up in there on the lid and I'm just going to press this color in. The reason why I'm pressing because it is a pigment, so you can get spillage and droppage from using pigment powders. And if you're one that does your foundation before you do your eyeshadow, that could be really annoying when you get your color everywhere on the makeup that you just did. I prefer to do my foundation after I do my eyes. I hate to do extra work, especially cleaning up makeup. So I will not do my foundation before I do my eyes. But again, I'm going in, just taking little bits of color at a time. And I'm just going in there. I'm press, patting, and getting that color in there. This is why you use concealer in a lighter tone as your primer for your lid. This is definitely the way to get all of your colors to pop. If you use one that is more flesh tone and more, I guess, along the lines of your skin tone, you're not going to get these colors to pop. The colors pop basically because you have a almost white background. And so usually when you mix color with another color, you get some other color. So you want to make sure that you just going in there, pull that skin back if you have to, because you don't want to get any crease in, and pat. Go ahead and pat that in until you are satisfied with the look. I'm going a little bit high with this because we're not going to be using any other color besides the blue and the browns because I'm going for kind of a monochromatic look. And so now that I have the color where I want it, I'm just lightly blending it out because we are going for a super monochromatic look. But look at this color popping. It's just gorgeous. So you still want to just make sure that you keep it blended though. Even though it's cute, it's not exactly the way I want it. I definitely don't want to have any harsh lines. So I love to have it blended out. I don't use the name Queen of Blending, but I'm pretty much the queen of blending because I will sit there all day until I make sure I don't have any of those harsh lines. Look at how amazing this color is though. I'm just going in small circular motions just so that I can get that perfect blend. Going in here on the other eye the same way that we did the first one like before. We're just going to repeat pat. Make sure that color gets in there. If you have to hold the skin taut, you make sure that you do that so that you can feel the color into any creases that may be there naturally. I'm just getting that color all over the lid. And if you notice when you get to the waterline, you kind of lightly pat because you definitely don't want to get a lot of that color in your lashes. It will ruin it if you are going to have lash extensions done later or you're going to put strip lashes on afterwards. You don't want all that color in there. You don't want to have to clean it up too much. You can do it by adding mascara, but we are not going to do that. We're just going to make sure that we're carefully patting this color on there and we are blending it out in the process. Right up there into the crease of the eye. Get that corner good, ladies. A lot of us have allergies, and so our eyes water and tears will mess it up. You definitely don't want to do that. And here I go again, pulling the skin tight. Sorry guys, but these nails are long and they do get in the way a little bit, but I'm able to work with them. And I'm just going in here and I'm just blending this out. This color is not difficult to blend at all. I definitely recommend this product just for someone starting off with a line like this. The colors are just very vibrant and popping, and they blend amazing. I was just really amazed at how well they blend. I have used colors like this from the James Charles palette, and it was blotchy. I don't have a blotchy look. Do you see that? No blotchy look. Amazing. I've also used colors from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and they are blotchy. So for, you know, a small Black business owner to have color pigment this vibrant and fulfilling is just freaking amazing. Don't use too much product, guys. Just go in there and blend out what you have before you continue to add. If you see, I can still see lines. Maybe you can, but I can obviously still see lines. So I'm going in there and I'm blending it out. When you get to the top towards the crease of your eye, you definitely don't need to add a lot of color because you won't get that faded look if you have too much up there. So if you have too much up there and you put it by accident, you can either go back with that brown that you got and just add a little more color and then blend it with the blue. Or you can just go ahead and just vigorously blend, blend, blend in circular motions. Pat, pat, pat that color in. Here we go with that windshield wiper motion. Some people call it a rainbow. I don't know, windshield wiper just seemed kind of fun to me. So I'm going back with the windshield wiper motion, and I'm just making sure that it's blended. No harsh lines, ladies. And here I go with a little bit of a bigger blending brush, and I'm going in there to perfect that blending. I did not add any more product to here. Ladies, you do not need to add any more product to the brush when you're adding this blending brush. This is solely to go in and just get any harsh lines that were left behind when you were doing your blending with this smaller brush. This is also just going to drag that color slightly up into the brown, so it almost makes the brown disappear even more. Now I'm going back in with the Juvias Place palette. We're going to make this underbrow pop with a highlight color. And I used a flat brush. I think this brush is a Real Techniques brush. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I'm just going in there and I pat the color on and then I just gently blend it down. I made sure that the color was a little more popping right there in the arch of my brow because that's where most of the attention draws to when the lights hit it. So I'm going in on the other side and I'm doing the same thing. You want to make sure that you blend the rest of the product out, but I just did hit it a little bit heavy right there under the arch. Like I said, the light is drawn to that area, and so when you have a shimmery color, it's just going to pop and it's just going to give your eye that boo la la look. So remember I talked about the mess, the spillage? Well, I use a baby wipe and I just go in there right underneath where the mess is. And this also helps to create that sharp edge look on the end of the eye. Some people like to do a wingtip here. I'm definitely not going to add a wingtip because this color is amazing and I don't want to take away from the color. But I'm going to go in here and clean up all of this mess, so that when I apply my foundation and start to do my face, I'm not getting little blue spots everywhere in my makeup. I might look sick or something. So boom, I went ahead and just did the rest of my face off camera. I have went ahead and added lashes. Y'all see that popping ass highlight? Like, that's by Carli Bybel in the BH Cosmetics team. It really was amazing. I swear by that, and I really wish they made more. But now I'm going in with an angle brush, a small angle brush right underneath the eye. You want to make sure that you get as close to the waterline as possible. This is not going to go on the waterline because, like I said before, I have allergies. And so when things get too close to my eye, they tend to water. This is how I keep that from happening, but also get the under eye look. Ladies, you never want to go out the house and not have done anything to underneath your eye. That is a part of your look. So some people go and they do all this wonderful makeup and then they don't even use eyeliner at the bottom. And it kind of, in my opinion, just dulls down the whole look, because when you do eyes like this, that's basically what you're going for, is you want people to have all of their attention drawn to your eyes, and finishing it off is a part of that mission. Boom. She fine, y'all. Just going in and doing the same thing under the other eye. You know, you can't just go lopsided, right? I'm telling you guys, when this look was done, I was just so in love with this. I hadn't done makeup on myself in a long time just because life is a little hectic. I got busy. I have been building She Who Dares Beauty, and it is flourishing. It's not, you know, as flourishing as I want it to be, but I'm going for that $1 billion bag. So this is my hustle, my way of getting things done. So I've neglected my makeup, but it feels so good to just go in here and be able to put this look together with these amazing colors. I can't wait to show you guys the rest of her line. Here we go with a little bit of Fenty, y'all. Y'all know a look ain't shit if you don't top it off with some Trophy Wife. Boom. Trophy Wife is going to go right there in the corner with a flat brush. It's going to go and fill that in. That is going to give you your $1 billion bling in the corner. The tear ducts, sometimes they don't need anything extra, but if you do give it that little extra pop, like, it is so worth it. I always say go hard or go home. You know, I'm from the town. And so, you know, that's what we do. Go hard or go home. And I feel like I just went hard on this one. Look at that. Once you add that Trophy Wife, it just makes the look complete. Boom. You guys, please stop leaving the house without lips. You cannot go out the house without lips. Even though I'm not using a lipstick because I don't want to draw too much attention away from the eyes, this is a shimmery gloss. This gloss is also a lip plumping one from Ulta, and I got it in a little special kit that they were giving away when you spent a certain amount one time. I actually really like it, and I feel like it was just the final touch that this look needed. You definitely don't want to have no dry, raggedy looking lips when you trying to go out the house and pop like this. So there you have it, guys. This is the final look. I hope you love it as much as I do. I was really amazed, like I said before, about how bright and vibrant these colors and pigments are. She even goes along and gives you guys some little dishes that you can make them into pressed powders with as well if pigments aren't easy for you to use. So I definitely recommend this product. And if you have any recommendations or you want me to try any looks, go ahead and comment below, message me, follow me on shewhodares.beauty. I also have a photography page, shewhodares.photography, and I know you guys will love all of my work. So go ahead and hit that follow button, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And I thank you for watching. Ciao, Jesus.